Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Meet the Bookstagrammer Random House Live. Today we are going live with Mari of Allegedly Mari, who should be coming in soon. And once I see her pop in here, we'll pull her in and start asking some questions. Hi!
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, great. We are all set. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I'm outside.
So do you
No,
want to
okay.
introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. My name is Mari. I am from Allegedly Mari. Sorry, my husband is chasing my dog, so you'll hear him yelling for him.
No problem.
So I am over at Allegedly Mari. Um, Here's Pablo running behind me. So yeah, I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us. I'm very excited, and I don't think anyone will be mad to see a Pablo cameo. So if he pops up, I'm sure we'll love it. So do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your journey to Bookstagram, how you got started, what inspired you to start your account, and where the idea for your handle came from?
Yeah. So here, hold on. I dropped you. Just as a mess.
Oh
Um, so I started my I started my Bookstagram when I started law school. I had just moved to Chicago, and it was very isolating. You're starting into this, world of like everything law school. Um, and I just wanted to have something outside of that to, keep my creative mind going, and have a bit of a distraction and also to find community. And I also really wanted to focus on, Latinx authors and other BIPOC authors. So yeah, that's been my journey with Bookstagram.
that's awesome. How did you first discover that Bookstagram was a thing on the internet? Like, did you stumble across a random post, or had you heard about it before from friends?
Yeah, so I used to have a photography business a couple of years ago. So um, some bookstagrammers, like the big bookstagrammers, use a lot of the tags that photographers use, like photo of the day or um, photo aesthetic or things like that. And I started stumbling um, with other bookstagrammers, and I was like, wait, this is like a whole thing. Like people just post about books. Yeah, I think I need to move because where I'm at, I'm not getting internet
Okay.
connection. Um, so my handle, I originally wanted to do like a legal thing, like a blog that focused on my legal career. But then I was like, well, that's gonna end when I graduate law school, and then I'm gonna have to like think of something more relevant. So I just thought I do allegedly Mari, and that can translate to like whatever. And I didn't want to do it also book specific because sometimes I post about other things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think everyone's very attuned to your posting and your aesthetic. We get a lot of Pablo content. We get a lot of law school behind the scenes content. Um,
Yeah.
everyone's a fan. So speaking of your focus on BIPOC authors, it is Latinx Heritage Month, as you know, and as you have been celebrating. Do you want to speak a little bit about what this celebration means to you and how you've been posting about it on Bookstagram for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. So, the idea of Latinx month is always a little weird to me because I'm Latinx all year round, right? So, like it's not like I'm dormant until September 14th, 11:59, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me kick up my Latinidad. Like
Hmm.
it's just my life all the time, and it's our life all the time. Those of us that, are participating in the Latinx Bookstagram tour. So, it's always, I don't know, there's a little weirdness with that, but I understand the importance of like being open about it and celebrating it and encouraging people to read Latinx authors year round, not just this month. So, I was super excited to be asked to participate in the Latinx Bookstagram month that Lupita and Karen put together at Lupita Reads and Idol Utopia Reads. Um, so, I've connected with so many people through that tag, and a lot of the people that I talked to the most, I found through last year's post and tour. People like Alejandra at Libros con Café and Read and Rewind, which is Irene, and Read with Edna. There's a lot of great accounts that the algorithm was never showing me. And then when I found that tag, I was like, oh, holy shit, here are my people. This is my community. I really do appreciate that the Bookstagram community does this.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great way to sort of beat that algorithm and bring new accounts into your sphere.
Yeah.
So are those do you have some other accounts that you want to shout out? Part of the Latinx Bookstagram tour or not? Just in general, do you
Yeah.
have some favorites that you
I
want
knew
to make
I
sure
knew
everyone's
you were gonna
following?
ask me. I knew you were gonna ask me, and I was like, writing them down. It's that Lupita and Karen and Carmen. So at Lupita Reads, Idol Utopia Reads, and Tomes and Textiles. I really love Alessandra at Nature Mama Reads. And recently I've connected with Laura, the student, um, and with Sal at Sal Says. There's so many like great ones that I feel bad mentioning some and not others. So if I'm not mentioning you, I'm sorry. I love you. Um, so I would just recommend that people follow the hashtag Latinx Bookstagram Tour and follow through all the years that it's been done, not just this year.
Yeah, definitely. I'll include that hashtag when we save this to IGTV later, so everyone can scroll through if they'd like to see all the great posts. And that's continuing because Latinx Heritage Month doesn't end until October 15th. It sort of straddles both months, right? So
Yes,
there's plenty more content still to come to take a look at.
yes.
Um, so do you have any book recommendations that you want to shout out, whether for Latinx Heritage Month or just in general, things that you've been really enjoying lately?
Um, yes, I do. I'm at my in-laws this though for the winter, so all of my books are in Chicago, so I don't have like my stack of books to show. But I'm currently reading Gods of Jade and Shadow by Moreno Garcia, which we all know I love. I love Mexican Gothic. Um, and I also just read Running by Natalia Silvestre, which is amazing. And it's so timely right now with the election coming. I just listened to Clap. Many good, so weird saying take my recommendation because what I say rules. So I would just recommend, there's so many stacks of books that people have published and so many lists. I know Alessandra made a list of Latinx books, and Carmen has made several lists. She just posted one today about spooky books. So go ahead and read that. My advice to people about Latinx books, I would say don't just seek them out for trauma stories or the immigrant stories. Like, we're in love stories also, and we are in other stories and YA and middle grade and everything. So just seek them out for everything and not just to be taught something about immigration or trauma or any other things associated with Latinx.
Yes, thank you. I think that's definitely a great thing to keep in mind. I know a lot of people are looking for nonfiction stories more than they are looking for the joy in the fiction stories that are also out
Mhm.
there. So that's a great, powerful statement. Thank you. I also have to say that I just finished reading Running as well. I read it in
Oh,
like 24 hours, and I was talking to Carmen about it actually, and it was amazing. And I loved that it was a timely story, and also that there wasn't that YA romance that tends to come in to
right.
other YA stories. It was kind of like I didn't realize it until afterwards, but it didn't have that, which was kind of refreshing. So, yes, excellent recommendations all around,
It's
definitely.
so cute. I love it.
Okay.
It's so like empowering and stuff.
Yeah, it was great. I loved the
It,
family dynamic there too. It was really great. Um,
yeah.
Really? Do you want to show off your sweatshirt? I just saw a glimpse of that.
I'm like holding my phone because this is a hot mess and I didn't bring a table out here with me. So my phone keeps falling. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is my sweatshirt. I feel kind of weird doing like shameless plug, but it just came in the mail, so I wanted to wear it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it so much. I think we have some questions here. Let's see. Oh, we just got another book recommendations one. But outside of the ones that you just recced, are there any that you automatically rec? Let's take that question that way. So, are there, if
Um,
someone asks you what your book recommendations are, what are the ones that you always recommend?
yeah, The Undocumented Americans is always one that I recommend. That one you've had a chance to read. That one's been a recent, like automatic recommendation. Before that, I used to always recommend Reign of God, which I read when I was like 14 or 15, and I should probably reread it as an adult before I keep recommending it because maybe I'm like, holy shit, this is problematic. What am I doing? Um, when you're a teenager, you see things so differently. So, yeah, Reign of Gold is one that I always recommend by Via Señor. And then recently, my go-to has been The Undocumented Americans and Dominicana, which I loved. And I specifically recommend the audio of Dominicana. The narrator was so amazing. Her name is Coral, and I just loved everything about it.
That's awesome. I need to make a note of that. I've been getting into audiobooks a little bit more recently, and that's a really good rec. I'll note that one. If anyone else has any other questions, feel free to drop them in the little like question box down below, and we will answer them as they come in. And I had put out a call for questions to ask you on my page a couple days ago. And one that came in that I thought was really interesting was how your Bookstagram reading and your law school reading intersect or don't at all. Like, do you find yourself uh, seeking out things that have nothing to do with law to read on your like personal time and then focusing, your academic reading on the other side, or do they kind of come in and out of each other?
Um, I don't know if I seek out some specifically because of law school. Um, I'm I'm not repulsed by, legal books yet. Um, Miracle Creek was a great one. She's a previous attorney. Um, and she did a great job at, writing the trial process of the book. And I know a lot of attorneys are very picky when they come to like reading a book that, features a trial or, anything else around um, legalities or, legal terms. Are very picky in their word. They're very like, oh, well, that doesn't work like that. But I'm not like that when I read. I understand it's fiction, and if it's not 100% like I think in my mind it should be, I don't think that it was done incorrectly, right? So I really do enjoy like courtroom dramas and things like that. As far as how my reading has changed, I definitely understand the power of words a lot more, and I understand that um, what we say matters, and what we read matters, and what we recommend matters. So I am trying to be more intentional about how I word my post. How inclusive are they? Are they going to have an adverse impact on someone? And I mean, if it's adverse, then I don't know, right? So the people will let me know on my post and be like, you shouldn't say this, you dumb girl. So then I'll edit. But yeah, it's definitely made me more aware of what I say and how I say it. And sometimes I look back at, older posts on my personal account and I'm like, holy shit, like, how do I ever have friends talking like this?
But it's hindsight is 2020, right? You have to like make your mistakes to learn and grow from them. So,
Yes.
but I really like that, the power of intentional words and intentional posting. I think that's really important. Um, and so, oh, I think we have a couple other questions here for you. Let's go there. This is a great one. What's your favorite thing about Bookstagram?
Oh my gosh. Um, Sol and Carmen, only because I could see them right now. um, No, I think there's so many great things about Bookstagram, right? I have like a love-hate relationship with social media and the internet and everything. But I really do love that, like, one thing that I really love lately that I've been paying attention to is right as I'm going to bed, right before I go to bed, or right before I put my phone down for the night, I do a last minute check because I know that the accounts I follow in the UK are waking up and posting. So, like Abs, Abs reads. She always posts right before I go to bed. And Sam from the She Elf. And so it's really cool. It's like, okay, I'm turning in for the night, but enjoy your day. So I just think it's amazing how, like, with the touch of a button, I can connect to people all over the world and I can know, what political climate is happening there, what they're going through. We can pull together and, try to save bookshops in the UK, in Australia. It's been really cool that, everybody comes together during COVID and trying to keep small businesses open.
Yeah, the sense of connection beyond, borders and oceans. I really love that. That's beautiful. We have lots of questions coming in now. From Carmen, speak of the devil. You're a beautiful writer. Do you think you will ever write
Oh
a book?
gosh. No.
No?
I know how critical you people are. I'm not writing a book. No, I don't know. I always did say I wanted to, but I feel like I would have so much pressure to like make sure I included every topic. And like if I happen to mention anything, then I need to make sure that I really explore that and I'm not just using buzzwords to like appease the crowd, right? So I don't know, maybe if I drink enough one day and I'll just bust one out.
How was that for your answer, Carmen? Is that what you were looking for?
That was the lamest answer. I'm sorry. Delete this conversation.
Oh, no, I love that. Okay, here's another question. Do a lot of people in your real life read? Oh, that's a good question.
My real life. What is
Yeah,
real life?
you're not Bookstagram life.
Yeah, I've avoided real life for like 5 years, so I don't know. My mom was a big reader. I always remember her having a book. Um, and now, like once in a while, my memories are very vivid. She was always reading romances, so she loved that romance life. Um,
That's
she,
cool.
yeah, she doesn't read that much anymore. And I asked her a couple of weeks ago, like, Mom, why don't you read anymore? I remember you were always reading. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I did used to read." So I think she forgot like she used to be an avid reader and like, things just happened in life and she hasn't read much, but I recently sent her the Spanish version of Michelle Obama's book. I can't think of the name, Becoming. Um and so she's reading that and she'll like text me every day and be like, "I'm on this page, I'm on this page." So
Oh,
it's super cute to do that. My husband's an avid reader. He reads a lot. Um, and my sister's an avid reader also.
that's awesome. I love when the real life and the Bookstagram life can combine.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another good one. Oh, we have so many. Here we go. How how do you balance posting and just enjoying your reading?
Um,
A
I
hard one.
haven't figured that out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't figured that out. Let me put this down. Sorry. Um, I struggled with that a lot when I first started my Bookstagram, and I would constantly complain about it. I feel like every other post was like me saying how much I hated the pressure of it, and then finally I was like, literally nobody cares if I post or not. So like this is pressure I'm putting on myself. Like why do I have this, pressure to post every day, and make it sound a certain way? So for a few months, I think it was like in January or February, I would post like once every 3 weeks, once a week, just whenever I really felt like it. And I stopped doing reviews. I just do recommendations, or if I really like a book, I'm just like, hey, everyone should read this because I said so. And not having that pressure of like giving people like a deep analysis of books because I don't have the mental space to do that right now, with school, with COVID, with other shit happening. I just feel like it'll be a disservice to the books, to the authors, to people that read my post to just put like a whatever review. So I'm not doing reviews on my posts anymore. I just say what I liked, specifically one aspect of the book. And if people pick it up based on that, great. If not, great. And that's kind of how I approach my page now.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's always such a precarious balance to be struck, right? And it's interesting how everybody does it differently. Um, oh, this is a good question. What is Pablo's favorite book?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so every time I get a new book, he thinks it's for him because like all of his toys come through the mail also. So every time I get a book, I'll open it and he'll just like sniff it and, boop it with his nose. So he likes all books.
He thinks they're all for him.
Yeah, everything's for him.
Oh, this is going to be a hard one, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. What is your top read of 2020 so far?
Oh my gosh, who asked that? I'm gonna unfriend them right now. Delete
It's
yourself.
coming for you.
No. Um, there's been so many great ones, and for many different reasons, right? Obviously, the undocumented Americans has probably been um, the top read, and that was just like as a daughter of immigrants, like I heard about immigration my whole life. Like it's been in my life, and it kind of just became like something that's there, something that happens. But I never really stopped to think about how is it happening and how are people impacted. And when we have something like COVID, how are they impacted even more? And every time we get a new administration, how does that change? Um, so actually, because of that book, I wanted to be more involved with the immigrant community, and I got an internship at an immigration rights project, and that's what I'm doing this semester.
Wow, that's fantastic. Congratulations on
Thank
that
you.
job. That's really great. Okay, let's see. We'll do a couple more before I let you go. Let's see. This one seems like it's a setup, but I'm going to send it to you anyway.
Oh,
Who is your favorite bookstagrammer that lives in the Bronx and blesses you with the best? I think that says TikToks afterwards.
oh my gosh, that's got to be Tasha.
Yep.
Is that Tasha? Oh,
Yeah.
someone needs to go get her because her TikToks are ridiculous, and I just love them.
That was a personal one, but I thought that was good.
Seriously, if you're not following Tasha, like follow her stories and it'll make your life better.
There's one down here that I wanted to send you. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. This is always a good one. What are some changes that you would like to see in the Bookstagram world?
Ooh.
It's a big
That,
question to throw you towards the end here, but
yeah, that one can get me in trouble. Um, Let me see. Um, I think, and this has been expressed a lot in through my own posts and other people's posts. Um, I think definitely just um, more inclusion. And what I mean by that, let me parse that out a bit. I don't know how I want to word this, but within the community of BIPOC uh, people, that's I feel like this label has just been used and thrown around, and it's like support BIPOC out there, support this, support BIPOC accounts, and but it's like, what does that mean? And who are BIPOC? And who identifies by BIPOC as BIPOC? Like, we don't even know if someone who we would label as BIPOC would even identify like that. So, um, as I'm wearing my Read Latinx authors sweatshirt, I'm just a walking contradiction. But I've been wanting to just really be more aware of that, and what initiatives am I participating in and supporting, and what accounts am I supporting and celebrating, and where we put a big label on things, but it's like, who are we really including in that? And are we even setting, criteria or anything to include? So I guess to answer the question after a bunch of word vomit, just uh, I would like Bookstagram to not put like a blanket label on support. Support this, support that, but not really parsing out what that means and how comments are impacting a whole community.
Wow,
If
that is
that made any sense at
that
all,
was
I'm
an
sorry.
amazing answer. No, I love that. That's like a great sort of mic drop moment to end on. I feel like that was so perfectly said. That was from Laura, the student. So thank you for that.
Oh, I love her. And as far as technical with Instagram, I'm gonna need you to let me edit my stories because I'm sending them out with these typos, and people probably think like, this girl, what is she doing with her life? My phone loves to randomly change to the Spanish keyboard, so some words just get automatically corrected, and it's like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other list of things we'd like to see changed for Instagram, technically,
Yeah,
right? So many different
technically, yeah.
things. But yeah, so do you want to remind everyone who you are and where they can find you online?
Yeah, so I'm Mari from Allegedly Mari, um, and you can find me there.
Yeah, and we'll tag you in the comment when we share it at IGTV for everyone to find you. And thank you so much for joining me for this chat today. It's so nice to see your face and actually talk to you instead of like,
Thank
Instagram
you.
DMs.
Sorry, I was like walking around outside trying to find good internet connection out
Oh,
here.
no problem. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'm sure I will talk to you again soon. And thank you everyone for joining. It was lovely to see all your questions.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.